You do not. We're going to get started. Thank you for being here tonight, January 21st, on this cold evening. I will do a prayer. Please bow your heads, and we'll do a pledge of allegiance. Gracious Heavenly Father, we just thank you for this day. We ask you to be with this council, this community, its staff. We ask you to be with those that are sick today and just heal them and bless them. We ask you to be with the fire victims and just the devastation out west in California and throughout this country right now through the cold spell and the blizzards and then everything they're dealing with this weather. We just ask you to be with the residents, the states, and the citizens. We thank you for all that you do and continue to do in our lives. Please bless us and guide us. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, to make it official, Cheryl is not here. She is under the weather. So I have asked Mr. Bassett, Councilman Bassett, to take minutes and notes. So speak, well, you typing them or writing them?
Both.
Both. Okay.
My head.
Type them later. He's good.
So we got roll call.
Yep. Start with roll call, please.
Bailey.
Here.
Egley.
Here.
Bassett. Here. Beverly.
Yeah.
Miller.
Here.
Martin.
Here.
Very good. Thank you. Next on the agenda, we have Mr. Justin. What's the?
Do we want to go first and then we'll accept?
Oh, that's right. We got to do the amended vote on the motion for the amended journal.
I make a motion to accept the amended agenda. I'll second.
I did that all.
No. Roll call.
Roll call. Bailey.
Yep.
Egley.
Yes.
Bassett. Yes. Beverly.
I guess.
Miller.
Yes.
Martin.
Yes.
All right. Next, we have Justin Kuhn is here again to talk about the housing development. I know Justin had asked me if we wanted to do this in executive session, and we can under, I think, item 8 if we choose to do that as a council. I'll leave that up to you guys.
I move we go into executive session.
Yeah.
For the second.
I will second that, actually.
Okay. And then roll call.
Bailey.
Yes.
Egley.
Yes.
Yeah.
Beverly.
Yep,
Miller.
yep, yep.
Martin.
Yes.
Rude. All right. Well, it shouldn't take long. We're about 5 minutes on this, so if we could ask you.
We'll be right back.
I thought we usually do this at the end.
Yeah.
It's gonna be short and sweet. We're gonna do it early.
Talking about the housing development with Justin here, a little bit about what council's involvement in it, along with county commissioners and some other avenues and some utilities that are part of the project and everything. But he kind of wants a semi-commitment from council, so if council's ready to move on anything like that, and there's some stipulations, but agreements would have to be done in certain things, so.
I'll make a motion to conditionally approve with the stipulations, such as soil samplers and others to be determined to move forward with development. I'll second.
And working on an agreement.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
And
that's what the
And
stipulations
who's,
are.
is that, Rachel, are you gonna work on that?
She's been on the phone.
No, I was looking up case law regarding.
She's already started
these things.
research.
Yeah.
I mean, I have other samples, this will be a little different with the TIF. And so there will be, if you have somebody else doing it, like, that'll be a cost.
Right, well.
Also,
Waters
Rachel,
aren't free.
can you, Rachel, can you check into seeing if we can legally bore underneath that concrete to make a tap on that?
Yeah.
Thanks.
So we got.
So if we make this agreement tonight and the county commissioners also make that agreement, will we be using the same contract though? Will we still be going, will we each, us and the county commissioners have individual contracts, or will we be going together?
We can make a contract, a development agreement that lists the different, the council and the commissioners.
Okay.
And then as far as the CIC goes, we can help facilitate, drive the development agreement, keep things moving on track.
And will you be updating us on how that meeting goes tomorrow?
Absolutely. And the mayor and Corey and Jared, I think, are gonna be there in that meeting.
Okay.
And it's just it's just
city.
elected officials, the county commissioners, the city defiance, and Hicksville at this point in time.
Okay.
And then if we need to have another meeting, where we bring it, developers in, we'll do that. I'm hoping that it's gonna be a good meeting where they have a potential solution.
Do you know if the county commissioners were moving forward with the decision, or were they basing it off of our decision tonight?
Well, I think that they were also waiting to see what's going on with the gas situation.
Yeah.
I think that the 60 homes, 40? I thought it was 40, 60, sorry. I think they wanna know what Ohio Gas has to say directly in
Yeah, I was
person.
surprised they even committed to 40 on paper. I was not expecting to have that on our desk tonight.
Makes sense, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think that it does help,
Yep.
I think it does help if, with this council saying that they're committed to the project, to bring that back to the commissioners, but obviously I don't know what the commissioners are going to say. I think they wanna kinda get through the meeting tomorrow with Ohio Gas.
I think that would help Ohio Gas too, in my opinion.
Yeah.
To know that the town's involved to put housing in.
Yeah.
That would mean if I was
So-
Ohio Gas.
Are we
So-
stating that we are making this agreement with or without them? We are committing to that.
We're showing our commitment to the project, I think, but it's still, they gotta see what they're gonna do too. I mean, 'cause
Right,
there's-
but I'm saying, are we
things might
gonna
change.
go through with our commitment with or without them?
Well, I think so, yeah.
Oh, I just curious where everyone stood. No one really stated.
Yeah, like I stand. Yep.
Okay.
So we got a first and a second, so any
On
other
what?
questions for,
Read it to us.
Roll call.
motion to enter into a conditional land development agreement with Justin Kuhn, first by Charlie Martin, second by Rob Bailey. Development would go together with commissioners if they also approve it. Some stipulations need to be checked off, Ohio Gas approval, soil samples, etc. This would be getting into the contract part.
So, we're good on that? Roll call?
Martin,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Beverly,
Yes.
Egley,
Yes.
Bailey,
Yes.
Bassett, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you guys
Thank
very
you.
much. I'll get to work.
All right, now we go into approval of meeting minutes from January 6th.
Make a motion to approve as written, unless anybody has questions.
Minutes, second.
Wait on him, now he leaves.
Second.
Roll call?
Martin,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Beverly,
Sure.
Egley,
Yes.
Bailey,
Yes.
Bassett, yes.
You have a payment of bills list in your packet here. Any questions, concerns?
I have a question, Chief, you might be able to answer this on the Lexipol. Does that cover the fire department's training as well, or is that just, okay,
That's just ours.
just a question.
I don't even know if they're even using it.
Nope.
They're paying for it.
I know that was a previous chief's issue, so maybe we can look at, towards that sometime.
We're paying for something we're not using it.
Does that mean a contract with it or
The
something?
contractual, is it?
We were told they had to have it.
So from what I was told by Cheryl is we have it because it gives us a break on something else. There's like a 10% break or something like that.
So when you first got it, it was 50% off. All right, and then it's 40% off after on the second year, and then it's 30% the third year, and then every year after that, it's 10% off because we are with Ohio Plan.
Okay.
Okay, it's not a contract, so you can cancel it, you know, but the point to have Lexipol is because it stays up on all laws, federal laws, state laws for the state of Ohio. All right, there's attorneys involved in the design, you know, to update this, so you're up on top of everything, and it gets updated all the time.
Okay.
All right, but it's basically a policy for the fire department, doesn't design for the fire, just like mine's all designed for law enforcement side of it.
Does it cover EMS too, or it's not? It does.
Yes,
Yeah.
All those.
they purchased this under Kramer.
All right. I
It was
remember
never
back in the day.
distributed, nope.
Yeah.
All right.
If there's no other questions about the bills, I'll make a motion to pay them.
Second,
Second.
roll call.
Bailey,
Yes.
Beverly,
Sure.
Egley,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Martin,
Yes.
Bassett, yes.
Okay. Boards and commissions, Board of Zoning Appeals met on January 23rd. Is application for lot splits at 340 Sargon. I think that's in front of you here, right? You got a copy of that?
Mhm.
Lot
Is that
split.
everybody's desk? Is that gonna be up here in council?
Yeah, they'll look out.
So, other boards or commissions? Council committee reports, water sewer refuse mets, that's in your packet. Questions on that? Good on that. Administrator's report?
The only thing that I have, in addition to what I submitted to you guys, is just to let you know that Saturday evening, we had a water main break out on 300 block of West High Street. We was out there from about 10 o'clock at night to about 3:30 in the morning. And then Sunday morning, we had another one on the 400 block of Elm Street, right there in front of the old trailer park there. And there's that new resolution, you guys will see that, that's actually for a project for Elm Street to replace that entire water main
Did you say you had a second water main break then too?
on Elm Street.
Yeah.
On Sunday morning.
The first one was 300 block of West High Street.
Yes, right next to Larry.
So I seen your report, accepting full-time position for park and rec director. Were we doing a full-time? Or was we only do that if we had a full-time?
I thought the budget turned it down.
No, it's in the budget to have a full-time park director. It was in there, but we didn't know what we're doing with the pool, or if the pool would even be open this upcoming, which the pool won't be up this year.
But you need someone to run the splash pad, right?
Yeah, just somebody to work. I need a worker.
We're talking seasonal, or we're talking full-time, or that's what, I was just double checking, because I thought.
Describe this position again. You still kind of wanted it to be a hybrid, right? Like they would work seasonally in the park and then they would,
Yeah, they'd be like March through November throughout the park.
so it's not like they're sitting around. We're gonna be utilizing them, they're, I mean,
Kinda like you did with Mike.
Yeah, same thing we do with Cody, our grounds guy.
yeah, I mean, I think it's something we need. We need to kind of look for what
We had
direction we want to
budgeted
go.
for a full-timer and 2 part-timers at $15 an hour. Part-timers as seasonal, March to November.
Is there an age restriction on this part-timer? The seasonal?
Well, ride a mower, you have to be at least
They got the
18.
18.
So, and that's probably the majority of what they're gonna be doing, right?
Yeah.
And
Mowing,
fields and
weeding.
stuff like that, but mowing's the biggest thing, I think.
Any other questions for Corey?
I guess we got the bid results for the pool. I mean, that's kind of a big one we need probably. Discuss sometime.
You okay, Bob?
So, without
What's your guys' thoughts on the pool bid?
well, we were gonna have to do a loan to 300K, now it looks like it could be a loan closer to 800K, is that, are my numbers close to that? I know it's an estimate, but, because it was within the 20%, right?
Mhm. Yeah, with the about 3,080,000, we were looking to borrow.
So now that she's got a firm number of what we'd have to borrow, she would just have to go to the bank and get the exact interest rate, and then we can, by the next meeting, we should have those, if not
Interest,
sooner,
yeah.
but are we gonna have her look up all that and correct?
We've gone this far for it, might
Yeah,
as well
well, what
keep
she
it
had,
forward.
she had 1.5 or 2 million set aside.
Two.
Two, okay, that's what I can
There's
remember.
two capital.
And then we got 750,000 from the grant, so it's
Right.
2.75.
Right.
And then-
have Abby on, so.
What do you mean by, like, when you say, you know, potential cost saving changes are being considered without compromising the product, but every time we do one of those, don't we have to pay 6mo to
They're the alternates that are listed in the contract. or in the-
Okay.
In the bid sheet.
Okay, I just wanted to clarify that.
So like,
the blocking for the building. It was bid out to the original specs. So like with the splash pad, we changed the blocking to the split face. So if we go to split face, which we will, it'll save upwards of like $15,500 for half the top.
And then it'll match the existing structure.
Correct.
So you guys want to get Cheryl to get
Yep.
actual dollar amounts and figures for
Yep.
what the loan would be and banks and rates and interest and all that?
Yeah. No sense in having a vote without having all the information we need to make an informed decision.
And I think Cheryl, I don't know if she's working on the interest rates at all right now. She may have been, since she wasn't here tonight. I know she was working on like, you know, cash numbers and then possible loan debt and kind of things of that nature, so.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any questions with any of the OPWC funding there, or the Elm Street water main, anything? Any questions?
Is that the Defiance Avenue project, is that where you guys, have you already sent out those how many have you gotten back? Has it been 51%? Oh, does it go straight to them?
Goes right to Maumee Valley.
They did get enough back now.
Oh, they did?
They do
Yes.
have enough now?
They
Okay.
don't, they have not given me the information if we're over 51% LMI.
Okay,
I'm hoping we are,
Okay.
because then we can apply for a CDBG grant.
okay.
If it's under 51%, then there's no sense in me even applying for it,
Right,
because we're not gonna get it.
I stopped in your office last week for a CIC meeting, and they said they did get enough surveys back, and they're compiling the data. And
Okay.
they should have that completed, so we would have it for
Okay.
our grant process, so. They give me a timeline though.
We'll see on the website.
So, any other questions for Corey?
Ron, that sewer that you were talking about in Westwood,
Mm-hmm.
going from like south to the north there, you know, it's an 8-inch line there in Westwood. That's an 8-inch.
What would we need?
I think it'd be suffice. I mean, it's gonna be I don't know where his lift stations would exactly go, but 8-inch ought to be all right. It dumps into a 15 on Chicago Avenue though.
Didn't you say it was gonna be like behind Casa,
Mm-hmm.
down at that end? So I don't know if he'd have the elevation.
Setting at 664, so it would have to be down there by that dirt roll.
Next is solicitors, yes, Rachel.
Yeah. Just one thing on Justin's project. I received an email from Sean O'Donnell the other day. That's what I was looking through when he was talking. Just to be cautious about using village funds to can't find the word, but to giving him village funds for private development. And so he sent me some case law, and that's what I was just going through, just to make sure that we're not getting any, violating any constitutional rights. So just want you guys to be aware that I will obviously do more research. That's what I was just looking through, some case law, before we put, pen to
Well,
paper.
technically, we're not giving him money, we're paying the contractor.
Right, I just wanted to make sure we're going about it
Tell Sean to worry about the finance.
legal way, but
She's just doing this.
Just wanted-
You know, we wanna make
No,
sure.
I'm
So it doesn't come back on us.
I'm really curious about that, and I would like that information before we have to vote on anything.
yeah,
I
yeah,
would
absolutely.
like for you to
that's
maybe
why,
spoke up even, and,
Yeah.
and
Right.
Yeah, I am not super familiar with all of it. That's why I wasn't sure if this even applied, but reading through it more now, it might. So I just want to make sure that we have all our ducks in a row before putting pen to paper.
right, and if that's the case, it doesn't matter what direction we
Yeah,
go.
right, yeah.
Well, it has to be legal because Defiance has done it before.
Right, and I know I remembered Charlie contacted me in the beginning about this, and I did talk to Erica briefly about it going through the CIC and everything like that. So I think we should be protected. I just want to let you guys know there is case law out there that talks about these situations, so.
Hmm?
Defiance is charter too, they can do what they want.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, just wanted to throw that out there. Not
No,
saying that it's
definitely.
wrong that we did it tonight. I was
No.
just wanting you guys to know that. Okay, so the first reading of resolution 2025-01 by caption only, authorizing the sale of unneeded, obsolete, or unfit village personal property including by internet auction for the calendar year of 2025. That's the first reading. And then Corey asked me to do this other one just this afternoon, so hopefully you guys all got a copy of it. But it's first reading of resolution 2025-02 by caption only to enter into a contract with Choice One Engineering on the Elm Street water main replacement and declaring an emergency.
I'll move to suspend the rules.
I'll second.
Roll call.
Bailey?
Yes.
Egley?
Yes.
Yes.
Beverly? Miller?
Yes.
Martin?
Yes.
Bassett? Yes.
Then second and final reading of resolution 2025-02 by caption only to enter into a contract with Choice One Engineering on the Elm Street water main replacement and declaring an emergency.
So move.
I'll second.
Roll call.
Bailey?
Yep.
Egley?
Yes.
Miller?
Yep.
Martin?
Yes.
Beverly? Bassett? Yes.
Very good. Thank you, Rachel. Department heads, chief?
I don't think I really have anything I can think of.
Okay.
So,
No.
All right.
Good. Fire and police, park, no park people. Cheryl's not here, so fiscal officer, you see everything in front of you.
Got the normal fund status and this and that, and all the things she always gives us that we never understand.
Thank you, Cheryl. And I know Cheryl's been, like I said, working on like the full budget and things like that. She's looking at that housing thing for the village and see what that is. Especially with the housing too. Jill Little, I had called her how the TIF works and everything and levels the houses. And if you give her a call, she kind of break it down for you a little bit if you know how the TIF works, but kind of helps with some of those thought processes and understanding.
Can I ask her about the annexation?
Which one, the Bancrest one?
Yeah.
Is that through her now? This is, I talked to her a long time ago. I just found out that
you know it's not,
it's Bancrest.
are you talking because it's not a village
Yeah.
address?
It's got a village
It's got a
address.
village address, but it sits in the
It's
county.
in the county. I
Yeah,
doubt they're paying double water and sewer
I
either.
thought we already annexed that.
they are not annexed for some reason. He had asked them when we were meeting with the county commissioners of what department it's held up on.
Why?
Didn't we vote?
They said it was held up at the auditor's office.
Yeah.
That's what they told us.
Yeah.
Well, somebody better need to go to the auditor's office,
Wait,
because
who
we
told
did
you
it.
it was held up at the office?
The commissioners told us last week.
Yeah,
when we
it's
were
not
here,
annexed
when we were
yet.
Last Tuesday.
Oh.
On our end, village end. but
I brought it up
Okay, because I went to the
Corey
auditors.
Means the tax revenue thing.
Well, we might get back tax
What were
revenue.
they saying?
Yeah, we should
Well,
get back tax
Jared-
revenue.
We should.
Jared had approached me about it a while ago, and then I
Yeah.
started looking into it. And I went to the commissioner's office first, and they really didn't have much to give me. And then I went to the recorder's office, and they made it sound like nothing's been filed in it. I know Rob Nicoli was the one that initially did the petition for it, so I went to Mark's office, and they didn't really give me much either, to be honest with you. So I went back to Jared and asked for, I think it was the plat is usually filed with it, and nothing was ever filed. So I didn't know what Jared did with it from that point. But the recorder said nothing had been filed. So I think
Bring it
we
back
had
to
all
our
the
table.
paperwork, it just needed filed with
So that's-
the plat, I think,
Well,
from my
then
understanding.
technically, I have no jurisdiction out there then.
Yeah.
Because I brought it up to Jared when we were going through, because we have addresses down on Antwerp Drive that are in the same boat.
Right.
It's got, I know there's at least one house that we've been to, it's got 2 different addresses.
Oh.
So,
I would say check with Cheryl when she's back. She should have a file on
And
that.
when it
Because
was-
this goes back,
A long time.
Corey was around, I mean, I was attending council meetings when you guys were still asking, when's it getting annexed? And I've been on now a year, so figure it's been a year and a half at least.
I remember them being here talking about.
We have all the
annexation,
paperwork,
yeah.
I think. Like Jared has everything except for, I think they said they need a revised plat or something along
Who's
that
Jared,
line.
Radford?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Why would they need, that should
Because
be
it's
part
like
of the
that
original
school,
paperwork.
it's like that school drive, that's in the county.
Yeah, that's in the county.
You know, it
I'd
goes,
still
it
check
goes
to see
so
what
far
Cheryl's got.
down, then becomes
'Cause that would be-
building.
Yeah, I'll talk if she's here, but if not, I'll be able to find somewhere, maybe we can hit a couple offices. Where we want to
Kick some doors in.
kick some doors in, where we're gonna be in
They get it
the
back.
county offices tomorrow, so.
Better not to answer the door than the phone.
They
so-
take another
I
check.
can check in on that.
Yeah, so if they were, so you're talking about taxes, so you'd have to reimburse them back in taxes?
Yeah, I would say that back taxes, if there's dates of when the
If
annexation
they
was
moved out of the
supposed to.
village.
Yeah, that was all under Mike.
Yeah, but if somebody was
It's been a long time.
working there paying village tax, would they?
Right, right.
Wouldn't they get it back?
If they
I
moved out
would
of
think
the
that it
village.
would still be owed because it'd be annexed then, on the date that was specified on the,
On the paperwork?
but I'm not a lawyer.
Yeah.
I'm looking at one. I'm not one.
Yeah.
It's not
I
been
would assume
stamped,
the
it's
date
not
the
in.
commissioners approved the annexation.
That's when the bills
We'd go
start,
back,
yeah.
that's what I would assume.
Didn't we annex it right after the ground was broke?
I thought we were.
I remember them being here and talking about that, that was before they even, yeah.
Yeah, because they wanted to tie it in, well, they, part of our stipulation tied in water, sewer, and everything.
Yeah.
I thought it was a done deal.
So did
Well,
I.
Well, Cheryl should have a file either way.
Take a look at it
According to
tomorrow.
everything that we
I
have
will
to do,
check
I
with
know
Cheryl
it's
tomorrow.
done.
Okay.
Well, done.
Mayor's report?
Mayor's report, I got just a couple things. I just wanted to thank like the street crew, the police, fire, EMS, they're going out, they're still doing their job, we all are in this weather, it's very cold. We've not had any major issues going on with it, but it is cold, so I want to thank everybody for fixing the water lines and patrolling, and fire and EMS are called out when they need to be called out. Virtual, we had a meeting here recently, Corey, myself, the Verizon contracts. Rachel, we are to the point, we are ready to sign off on the amended contract to move the road, fiber, everything. We're pushing it back on their end. Within saying that though, we need to do a development survey that Corey started working on. We gotta survey the property as
You
part
gotta
of the
be
contract.
kidding me.
Nope. And all you guys, we had 2 attorneys on the conference call, and they said, you might as well get it done. Have the paperwork right. So Keller is working with one of their, what do you call them, surveyors, right? Oh, what's his name?
Thomas
All
Henry.
survey. Right. Who's the gentleman you were?
Greg Baccarat?
Yeah, yeah, Corey's working on that. So we also have asked for a development agreement with Keller. He's still committed, like I said, verbally, but we asked Michael Waller's attorney, says, we're doing all this work, he's splitting some of the cost with us. We need a development contract to make sure that he is, timed, different things like that. So we discussed that also within this meeting. So they had an older one, but it was never presented, that we had a copy of, but it needs to be updated with the changes and everything. So hopefully we can get that resolved here. It's been, what, 3 years probably?
Yeah.
3 years running.
And, like I said, Mr. Keller is still committed to build to suit, build to spec, all that kind of thing. So we haven't lost him as a possible industrial client on that. So I wanted to let you know that that was moving through to get the contract back to Verizon along with the survey.
Mike, do you remember what that Alta survey was gonna cost?
I think
originally
you had
they told us-
mentioned 5, but I had reached out to Michael.
Originally, they said like 2,500,
Yeah.
but wasn't it more like 10,000? Wasn't that the email said it was like 10 grand?
I thought you said 5, because we went from,
10,000's an awful lot for an Altus.
yeah.
It was-
I thought you
it
said
was-
5, because even at 5, we're like, you told us like 2,500.
It could be, it was like double.
How can they demand all the things that they demand for our property?
True. But they have
Well,
a,
happened to the American dream.
They're living it.
They're a renter and they have a contract with us.
But I swore when we did that contract, that either one of us had the option to get out.
I had.
Have you read that contract, young lady?
Yeah. I
Doesn't
believe
it,
the
doesn't it give
initial-
each of us the option to,
I'd have to read, it's been a while since I've actually read it, but.
we should have just threw them out.
they've already called to renew the contract. I said, absolutely not. I said, don't even bother calling. I said, you guys are got another like 7, 8 years on this contract. You're not renewing until any of this is completed.
There's some big that probably, one end don't even know what the other hand's doing, so.
It was just like these back and forth emails, they do not respond. I mean, it's tough to get through.
We
They
should
finally have
have
to
just
call,
legally
so.
threw them out.
But, so,
And I wouldn't be opposed to it now.
you throw it, what are
Before
you
we
gonna do
ever
for
spent
towel?
$10,000 on a piece of paper and said, yeah, it'd be okay. Gotta stop this, doing this.
Yeah, I don't know how you throw a company like Verizon in America, that's a massive battle. I mean, Corey brought up some things about the contract, I was like, that's a whole other animal, just instead of just moving a road. And that was done long ago with the original contract, so. We thought we'd push forward to get at least the roads and that moved. and Hopefully
We
get
gave them a
building.
heck of a deal at the time.
But a lot of lesson learned about renting property, another tower or other entities that dictate what you can do with your property that you let them rent from, right? So. Reminder about the blood screening at the Park Pavilion, February 26th through March 1st. They're reaching out, like I said, to doctors, passing out some flyers. I'm going to a regional housing meeting in March, so a lot of this housing that we've been, and not Rachel, I mean Erica, they talk about doing innovative ways to partnering with different people, different firms, working within themselves to bring development to your community through housing. Every town's in the same boat. I hear it from Ney, Sherwood, Defiance. They're all looking for housing, everybody's short, so. The 150th celebration for June 6th and 7th is coming up. The committee's been working on doing some different things for the community on those dates. That's coming together pretty good. The generator for the fire department, remember we talked about that a while back. Ohio Gas got there, finally don't have to change anything with Ohio Gas. That they have it in their budget, so we told, we talked to Stacy, I believe. Stacy was working on that, let her, and said go ahead and get that started moving with Darren Brown. So we're gonna get that installed and move forward with that, so.
The committee thing on am I involved in that committee
Oh, which committee?
for the, whatever your festival?
150th, the sequential, whatever it's called, and whatever it's called.
The centennial thing?
No, this is a committee for like events, like getting blow-ups and looking for funds, different stuff like that. It's not to the point where, at times like when the roads are closed, I know we talked to Corey a little bit about it, but I know you're gonna be part of that too.
Yeah, I need to be part of that.
I was gonna say, how many, don't you need so many months in advance to get a hold of ODOT or something?
Yeah.
I don't know how that works.
Yeah, you gotta,
Yeah.
to shut a state route down, you need to notify them
Yeah.
because they have to do detour routes.
All right. Most of our committees are like doing tours or open houses, places and stuff like that, and I asked Corey to kind of work on the road side of it, if the road's gonna be closed a certain time and dates.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna have like a festival or something, I need to know
Okay.
about that because of security,
All right.
so.
Yeah, our next meeting, I'm sorry about that, February 12th, right?
Yep.
Does that sound right? Yeah, Eric's on that, Eagles gave a lot of that
Is
stuff out, so.
3 months advance enough, or do you need more than 3 months? 'Cause we're
I
not
don't
gonna-
know, I know you gotta give them a certain amount of time.
But if we open it every evening, we don't have to notify them. If it's just closed down during the day, if it's more than 24 hours, then we would need to notify.
You just closing the downtown.
Just a downtown.
I always get sent ODOT District 1 about a month in advance. They said
Yeah, I
as
think
long
it's-
as we handled all the signs, they didn't care.
Yeah.
They didn't have to do truck detours or anything. That was all on the village, so.
Well, if you do send anything, make sure you copy him so he's aware and he knows.
We could add him on the email,
I haven't
we just started a new
I haven't
email
sent anything
thing and
out
stuff
yet,
like that,
so.
but.
So, yeah, cause, but if it's gonna be like shut down, then.
Then like Saturday was like half the day was shut down, and then things were gonna get moved to the park for the park festivities to end the festival thing, so. It's kinda like sidewalk sales, we did them years ago.
Hitching post days.
Hitching post days, that kind of concept thing, so. Everything's
You
more
old enough to
focused in
remember
on.
that, Jeremy?
I sure am old enough. I had to coming on into this town to go to Hicksville those days, 3-mile drive.
Walk.
I was gonna say you walk.
Or on my bike.
Uphill both ways.
Or on my bike.
So, cool.
Anything else?
I don't think I do.
I've just got a quick reminder, if you guys were informed, but Whirler will not be picking up tomorrow.
Hyper reach.
I did send out an alert, so.
How's that work for next week? I had people asking,
They're-
but you just put the extra bikes on the sides?
Yeah, they didn't really have details.
Okay.
I sent a phone number with a notification, they can call Whirlers.
Your complaints also.
And, yeah, and then everybody will do recycling throughout town
Okay.
next Wednesday as well.
Yeah, thank you for sending that out and notifying people.
You guys all good? Everybody all good? Good. That's all I have.
Motion to adjourn.
I will second that motion.
Oh, no, it's whatever I type.
Roll
in
call.
here. Bailey,
Yes.
Egley,
Yes.
Beverly,
Yeah.
Miller,
Yes.
Martin,
Yes.
Bassett, yes.